Today is Wednesday, September 21, 2022. And I think today was the last of the warm weather we're going to get for this year. I'm not sure that thermometer is fully accurate. I think that might get some sun, but it was warm today. It was hot enough to put fans on and open the windows when I came home. And the rest of the forecast is all in highs of only 60, with lows in the 40s. So probably will be time to start running the heat as soon as next week. This will probably also be the last day that we hear those cicadas or locusts or whatever those things are that makes that triple pattern sound. Probably the last view of fans in the window for this year and air conditioners. Every time I take all the air conditioners out, that one's going to be interesting. Take all the air conditioners out next week, make sure they're all dried out, and I'll put those away. So it'll be time to start moving to indoor projects. Historically, I've always kind of dreaded the winter. I don't like the cold whatsoever. But I think this year I won't be so bothered by it because I've got a lot of stuff I want to do in the house. So it'll kind of force me to spend time in the house and work on those other projects I wanted to do. And since there's nobody else here, I probably won't feel like I need to get out of the house because it'll be quiet inside the house. So this winter should be easier. As far as the heating situation goes, not sure what that's going to bring, but we'll see. I'm thinking that we may have to add ceiling fans on either side in here. I'm thinking maybe two 36-inch gold lines, one up over there and one over there, just to push the heat down, because this is a bit too low. I mean, the heat will be up there, but I'm not sure if it'll be super effective. I'm also not sure I want to run that continuously. But we'll see where that goes. That's pretty much it for this one. Just last warm summer night. I'll miss the sound of the crickets and the cicadas or whatever those are. I always enjoy that sound. That'll suddenly start to get very quiet. Light's working good. It's attracting a lot of bugs, but that will soon no longer be an issue. Daylight sensor, of course, is not working correctly. Whatever. A lot of people that live around here complain about this time of year because they don't like that the days get shorter, as it is right now. I'm really starting to notice it this week. By the time I get home, I get home from work, and then in a couple hours it's black outside, totally dark. It really doesn't bother me that much. I don't like to be outside once it gets cold out, so even if it was still light, I still wouldn't be going outside. It runs up the light bill a bit, but you're not running the air conditioner, so it kind of levels out. So that's it. Time to start preparing for the cold. And as far as videos is concerned, we're going to start. I'm going to try to get the studio. I'm going to take a look at it. I'm going to try to get the studio set up next week so that I can start doing some phone videos again. That's another kind of thing, like once the summer ends, I usually transition into more phone videos than VNs. But I've cleaned up, yes, this is cleaned up to me. I cleaned up this area, so now all I have to do to set up the bench is move those air conditioners and that stuff, which is a 2-minute ordeal, and then I'll be ready to put the bench here. And there's enough space here that I can function, so that's good. We're making progress there. Set up these shelves. You know, eventually all that stuff needs to get cleaned up too, but it can sit there for a while. That's not high priority. This is the bench that came with the house. I do plan to just move this one over. Probably take it apart and disassemble it and then move it over and reassemble it. I want to put a different top on here. I don't like this as the top because this is kind of splintery. So I'll replace the top, and that's it. The frame is good. It's a nice solid, really nice solid table, you know. It's pretty good. So I'll do that. I got to measure it and see. I may have to shrink the board. I may have to cut it a little bit so it's not quite so long. There should be no problem to do that. So that's that. The light's there. Now that it's not so hot, this is a good time of year to work in the attic because the sun will still keep the attic warmer than outside, but it won't be suffocating hot in there like it would be, you know, on a day like today where it's 85 degrees out. I've got some requests to do videos about the boiler. I will do that eventually. It's really nothing super exciting. It's a one-of-the-mill modern day boiler. It's a Keystone. I'm not really familiar with that brand. It's a Beckett burner, which is a very common unit around here, easy to get parts for. People always say, oh, what's the best this, what's the best that? It doesn't really matter. I mean, they all have problems. The best one is the one you get parts for when it breaks, and around here, Beckett's pretty standard. So that's that. I think that's about all there is for this one. Hopefully soon I'll be able to get back to regular kinds of videos.